Yeah, man. Well, welcome to the Balking Dead, where there is no fucking sleep for the wicked, baby. And we're going to be here every day of the motherfucking baseball season. And you're with your host, Sharpie's fucking Bets. The show, of course, is sponsored by Prizepicks. Use promo code PubSports. The big show you're on in the background, I could hear you. Use promo code PubSports for up to $100 match bonus for $100. So if it's your first time, you haven't used it, make sure you go use that shit. Support us. Use that Pub Sports. It helps. Smash the fucking like button if you haven't. Hit the share and jump in the chat if you haven't, because everything helps. So let's get straight into fucking afternoon baseball and keep rolling and rolling because we've been hot and let's stay hot. We've got Mets at Nationals, guys. We've got Chris Bassett versus Johan Adon. Chris Bassett, he's another one of the season pickups for the Mets from the Oakland A's, with his last two seasons coming to a little under a 3 ERA, guys. That's some ace type shit. But you do got to remind you that he did pitch in Oakland Stadium, where that is a very, very pitcher friendly park. He does have a 2.8 this spring in 2 games coming off of both team, and he played the same team both, and that's always harder to do in baseball. If you pitch against one team one time and then you see him 5 days later and you still do good, Bassett's humming right now, guys. So I mean, they are pros, and it is what it is. He threw 90 pitches last time out, guys. That's absurd for a spring game. So he's going to go 5+ innings, and they're going to ride him, and they're expecting to ride this guy. No. Then we're going to get in over here to Johan Adon, guys. This guy's a 23-year-old kid from the Dominican Republic. He only has 4 innings of AAA ball, and he's pitched in 1 game in the majors. So a total of 9 innings in AAA in the majors, and he has nothing fucking home to write about, guys. He's been nothing but trash. A 4.2 ERA with a 1.34 WHIP and barely over a K per 9, guys. There's nothing to write home about this kid. Nobody's seen him. He hasn't pitched enough, and nobody's seen Bassett on the Mets either, guys, since he's coming from the American League. I can't hate anybody wanting to run Mets bats here, guys. Mets are hot, and they're going to ride Bassett, who's going to be hot. I don't have a play for Bassett yet, but I definitely would look towards his fantasy score because I think he goes 6 innings today. And I don't know about running the only person from Washington. He has 7 at bats, which we don't like to look at anything more than 15, but I'll mention 10 for the fucks if there's nothing else to talk about. But Josh Bell in 3 at bats has 2 home runs versus Bassett. That's absurd. So I don't hate any shot either on a guy taking a shot on a Josh Bell home run prop. He did hit a home run yesterday, so the dude is feeling it. It'll probably be way too freaking overvalued, so you won't get anything. You don't want to be betting home run props if you're not getting 3-to-1 value or more, because at the end of the day, you'll lose quite a few of them, and you want at least that 3-to-1 get back. Next game out, guys. Woo! Reds at Braves, which has been really good to us. And we're going to get right back into it, guys. We got Vladimir Gutierrez, not fucking Putin, so we're all right now. And he's going up against Kyle Wright. Vladimir Gutierrez this spring has been getting tuned up to the tune of an 8.6 ERA and a WHIP of a 1.5, giving up 3 home runs in 9 innings of work. He was not supposed to be in this freaking starting rotation, but due to injuries to Mike Minor and Castillo, this forced the Reds' hand to play on this bum, guys. So this guy has a 4.7 ERA and a 1.41 WHIP last year in the majors. And I don't see him going more than 75 pitches today if he can make 75 pitches. Like, he should not be in this lineup. He shouldn't be pitching today, but they have to. And I think he gets eaten alive. On the other side, we got Kyle Wright. The number 5 pick in the 2012 draft has been nothing but fucking shit since the call-up to the majors. A 6.56 ERA with a 1.69 WHIP and 59 strikeouts in only 70 innings. Kid's coming off his best major league season in AAA, going 10-5 with a 3.2 ERA with a 1.18 WHIP, 137 strikeouts in a 137 innings. Has he finally turned the corner, guys? Like, To me, like a strikeout per inning is not the type of guy I want to be betting on fantasy score wise. His whip is down, and he might be a solid number 3 pitcher in a rotation. But when you get drafted as the number 5 pick in a fucking draft, you're expected to be an ace, and this kid has not turned out to be that. Obviously, guys, no batters has seen any of these freaking pitchers. Very, very, very little experience from both these guys in the major leagues. So I wouldn't mind running bats on either side in this game or looking towards an over. And if someone was to have a good game, I would expect it to be Kyle Wright. If Vladimir Gutierrez goes out and tunes up these Braves, holy fuck. Damn. Glad I won't really be betting it, but it'll blow my mind and I might have to start looking the other way on that guy. But I expect him to get eaten. Let's go to the next game, guys. But 1 second, smash the damn like if you haven't. Shout out to the damn chat. I see you, Kenny. I see you, Nick. I see you, Amsterdam. We got the crew in here. So let's get it, guys. And if you don't know, you already should know. But the UFC stream's coming up tonight, and it's a fucking pay-per-view. So you know it's gonna be packed. You know it's gonna be lit and live. If you get to 400 live, I just might pop in and drink a half a bottle for shits and giggle on there. So we'll see what's going on there tonight. Next game out, guys. We finally get to talk about my fucking team. We're going to go to the Dodgers at the Rockies. And we're going to talk about them a lot this year, seeing we do a lot of the later to afternoon type night games on this show. We got Tony Gonsolin versus freaking Mr. Marquez, German Marquez. First thing someone told me today is over on this game, right? And I was like, damn, bro, I'd be looking towards the under, first 5, if anything. I mean, I expect a pitching duel, and let's get into it. Tony Gonsolin, a.k.a. the Catman. You ain't the fucking Catman, bro. I got 6 cats. 6 of them. I'm the Catman. But we'll get into that later on. He's coming off his worst spring training to date, guys. In 9 innings, he has 6.7 ERA. Gonsolin has a 1-1 record career versus the Rockies with a 1.7 ERA and 28 strikeouts in 20 innings. 28 strikeouts in 20 innings versus the Rockies, guys. That means something with 2 of his 3 starts coming in Colorado. That means his pitches work in Colorado. If you don't know about Colorado, sliders don't slide, curveballs don't break. Something to do with that stupid air, but changeups work. Splitters work. Certain pitches, if you got, will work, and he's obviously shown he can strike people out. Shout out to my guy, Talk Sports with JT, shooting us a dono. Let's keep it going. Haven't seen you, though, but I seen you, my guy. There, Sharp. It's about time Pub gave you a show. That's what I'm talking about. Keep it up, man. Yes, sir. Keep it up, my guy. Let's go. So, right now, dude, I expect Gonsolin, and Prizepicks right now has him at 4 strikeouts. I think that's an easy play on. We'll get into that later on. But at 4 strikeouts, he has career games of 7 and 10 in Coors Field. And if you could pitch like that in Coors Field, I like those type of numbers. He coming off of 56 pitches in his last spring training, so he's ready for 90. And as long as he doesn't get killed and he's shown that he could do the damn thing, I'm going to have to put my trust in it. And 4 strikeouts just isn't enough for a guy who knows how to pitch at Coors Field. Mr. Marquez, guys, we're going to talk about him too since they got him up here at 4. When I woke up this morning, he was at a 3.5. I was like, holy crap, what am I seeing? Like, they think this guy's a fucking bum? Like, he is the ace of this Rockies staff, guys, and he's a legit ace when he's at home. He has a legit 1.5 split difference at home than on the road. And that's fucking saying something if your ERA is in a 3 and you pitch at Coors freaking Field, guys. So he's a legit beast coming off a spring, his best spring ever, with a 2.3 ERA and a 1.2 whip, 18 strikeouts and 11.2 innings. He did struggle versus the Dodgers last year. 2 games he did not go past the 4-inning mark. Both were in Los Angeles. Dodgers got a good lineup, though, guys, and that's probably why his strikeout props are low. But I've got to expect, and I'm a bet on type guy, and Marquez to me right now is bet on. He wants to be fucking traded, guys. He was pissed off last year he wasn't traded. Now he's going to do the damn thing and get traded because the Rockies are doing nothing this year, and he should not be on this team with how good he is. I do not see him falling. I see him betting on himself, and betting on is good to me, guys. So, and he's coming off. He is a way better pitcher, like I said at home. No Rockies have more than 10 at bats versus Gonsolin, guys. That's also a plus to a pitcher, guys. He's only been in the league for 2 years, but the fact that no one on this team and the one person who had somewhat decent numbers has been traded, that's even better for Gonsolin. And like I said, he should be opened up to the tune of 80 to 90 pitches, and 4 strikeouts is a fucking joke if he's going 5 innings. So let's get into Mookie fucking Betts, guys. He's 5 for 11, 433 average versus Marquez. He's been off to a slow start the first 2 games, but career-wise, he's always starts off hot. He always has a good April. So this is a buy low spot probably, guys, on Mookie fucking Betts. Mookie fucking Betts. So I wouldn't hate anybody looking towards Mookie Betts' way. Turner and Bellinger struggle versus Marquez, guys, and over 20 at bats. Both of them are hitting below 200, below the Mendoza line. I'd be surprised if Bellinger's even in the fucking lineup tonight. Turner, they'll probably put him out there because it's the third game, but I wouldn't be surprised if they send him tonight too, guys. Like, they see the numbers that we see, and they struggle versus Marquez. Marquez eats up those ones. So, guys, let's get into the next game. Padres at Diamondbacks. We got Joe Musgrove versus Zach Davies, guys. Joe Musgrove, to me, he's the legit ace of this Padres fucking staff. They are fucking got core hordes of fucking starting pitching. They have loaded up on their pitching, and they are going to struggle hitting. But I think they got enough professionals that this pitching staff and this bullpen is going to carry them farther than I thought. So, and the fact that they just got Rogers for Paddock, well, at least we got another guy to fade when freaking Minnesota plays Paddock. But damn, Paddock was a definite fade for me, and yeah. So Joe Musgrove. He's not having the best spring this year, guys. He has a 7.5 ERA in 11 innings. The only good thing about that, guys, the last time he had a bad ERA with 10 innings, he had the best fucking April of his life with an ERA of under 2. So I'm not really too worried about Joe Musgrove. He's been around the league long enough. Pitchers who've been around the league, they take spring training differently, guys. They take it as in, let's just fucking go. They're not going to try. They're 100%. They get it. It's spring training. So I'm high on Musgrove this year, but there's not many times you're going to get a good freaking spot on him. Zach Davies, guys. He had his best year when he played for the Padres in 2020. 2020, yeah, that's when he was there 2 years ago. Since then, the dude's just been a mediocre average to fucking bottom of the barrel pitcher. Like, he should be a number 5, and they got him starting third. He's going to get Aiton, guys. He's going to get Aiton. And he's only pitched 7 innings this spring with a 4.9 ERA through 60 pitches last time out. So he's probably ready for a full workload if he can handle it. Last year, April was his worst month of the year with a 9.47 ERA going through. His box scores career seemed to be bad in April. How his spring is going? Oh, wait. Sorry, guys. Got stoned there and fucking mixed that one up. Going through his legit career box scores today, I was going through, I'm like, well, is this fake news? What does this mean? He could just have one bad year in April. That don't mean shit. Charlie Morton had one bad year last year in April. If you would have looked at just that, probably would have bet against him last year. But look at his career numbers. These guys have been around for a while. And how he does in spring training tends to seem how he does in April. So if he has a bad spring training, he tends to have a bad April. If he has a good spring training, he tends to have a good April. He's not having a good freaking spring training right now, guys. So if the trends stick to a guy who has at least 8 years of trend, he's showing us that he's going to have a bad April. So I would be looking at some Padre bats, even though no Padres have seen Zach Davies, even though he played for them and he played in the Chicago Cubs, he still has no at bats versus this team. David Peralta, though, is batting .294 and 17 at bats versus Musgrove. And we know how Peralta's been going. He's been humming and tuning and going this year already. And he was humming and tuning and going in the fucking spring. He has no home runs, though, versus Musgrove. So does Musgrove just know how to give this guy singles? Musgrove's smart enough to walk this guy, guys. So be careful with David Peralta tonight. And he's the only one who really had numbers on him. So we're going to get into the next game, the last game, my favorite fucking game of the night. And it's not even my own team, and it's my favorite game. At the beginning of the year, I have a list of probably about 15 to 13. There's two that are on the I'm watching and some more on the let's see. But bet on fucking pitchers, guys. You're giving me two bet on pitchers of mine in the same fucking game? I'm not picking a side here, guys. I'm picking my pitchers here. We're going to get into these pitchers, guys. We got fucking Justin Verlander and Noah Syndergaard, the battle of the robots. I'm calling them robots because they're both coming off Cy fucking Young, and they both got metal in them now. So they're fucking robots, guys. And we know Verlander's a fucking robot. This guy's been ticking, ticking, ticking. And we see his wife, she's been staying. So he a fucking robot. He an alien. But Justin Verlander, guys, he hasn't pitched last year since Tommy John. This spring, he still looks like fucking Justin Verlander. It's nuts. His velocity is still there, and he has an ERA of 1.32 and 15 strikeouts in 11 innings. There should be no limits on him, and I expect at least 90 plus pitches. Since January, since he's been on the Astros in 2017, he is 9-3 versus the Angels with a 2.66 ERA, 107 strikeouts, and 83 innings. He owns the fucking Angels. He's fucking lights out this spring, and he's ready to go. Okay, Sharpie, but he's starting the third game. How come he didn't start the first? Because Astros ain't fucking dumb. The Astros are smart. Wouldn't you be smart? You look at your schedule. By starting him the third game, he gets 3 extra rest days throughout the year. That's just fucking smart, dude. He's an older pitcher. Let's give this guy the most rest days. They do really, really analytical deep digging over there. They spend a lot of money on cheating. Sorry, Slaughter. My bad. But let's get into Noah Syndergaard. Big fucking Thor. Why is Thor bet on? He's coming off of fucking Cy Young too. I mean, not a Cy Young. He's coming off of fucking Tommy John, and he hasn't been that good before Tommy John. I mean, he's been good at times, and then he struggles at times. Thor got offered the same fucking contract from the Mets, a 1-year deal. The same team he's been with his whole career. The same team that just spent a lot of money on bulking up their roster and bullpen. And he said, fuck you, I'm leaving. And he left. And he took the same 1-year deal with the Angels. And he said, I want to bet on myself this year. And if you want to bet on yourself, I want to bet on you too, Thor. I want to bet on you too. He's been fucking humming this spring, guys. Coming into the season with his best spring to date with a 1.04 ERA, 11 strikeouts in 8 innings. On the last time out, he threw 64 pitches, so I'm expecting a full workload from Noah Syndergaard today. 90 to 100 pitches, same to Verlander. I expect these guys to go. Verlander went to the bullpen after his spring training last game. There's stuff to watch, guys. These guys are ready and opened up, and they're firing on all cylinders. Let's get into some hitting stats. Even though there really ain't much to talk about, Noah Syndergaard pitched in the National League his whole career and never went up against any of these Astros. On the other hand, Justin Upton and Mike Trout. All right, those are good names. Yeah, let's fucking play on them, bro. Whoa. 3 for 44 versus Verlander. Fuck. The only one with somewhat success versus Verlander is David Fletcher. He's 5 for 20 batting .250. He's been pretty cold right now. He will turn it over. He does bat at the bottom of the fucking lineup, but there is a beast lineup at top. I expect both these pitchers to dominate. The only issue, though, with the Astros and why they do have Syndergaard's fantasy score low is because the Astros are a really, really good fastball hitting team. So Syndergaard's going to need to play more onto the splitter today and hang off that fastball, because we've seen what Jose Altuve does. We've seen what Bregman does. We've seen what Alvarez does. So you've got to be smart. And like I said, he's betting on himself this year. He's coming into this season fucking firing on all cylinders, just like Verlander. I'm on the under 4.5 personally as a personal bet. and I'm riding both these pitchers in Prizepicks today. I'm like it. It just is what it is. I think it's. I don't want to pick a side. If I had to pick a side, I would say Verlander, just because it's fucking Verlander, bro, and you're getting a cheap price on a stud who owns a team. And like I said, Astros do hit a good fastball, so he's going to have to play down on the fastball today and just play up. So with the two pitchers in this game and Gonsolin and Marquez, there could definitely be a push on the Marquez at the 4, but I'll take a push. A push drops it to a 3 for us, guys. But Gonsolin has shown he could strike people out in Coors Field, and that means something. So that's the 4 pick I'm going to put my money on today. I'm going to bet the under 4.5 like I already did in this game. And we going to cash some tickets. So smash the damn like button if you haven't. Hit the share and the retweet if you haven't. And do us a favor. Go sign up if you haven't at Prizepicks. Use promo code PUBSPORTS. $100 bonus up to your first $100 put in. One time only. So put the whole hundo. Get the whole hundo back. Use that fucking promo. Tell Pub Sports a little thank you by doing it. So, thank you for hanging in there on this Saturday afternoon. Let's fucking cash some tickets, guys. Tag me in your plays. Talk to me about your props. Ask me a damn question. I'll answer back as long as I'm not napping. And until then, I'll see you guys fucking tomorrow.